We are joined by a very famous persona from America, and also Steve-O, because Wendy from Peru is an internet sensation. Go ahead and tell the story, Steve-O, before we get in here. And always thank you for making time for us. But tell us why it is that your dog is more famous than you are, because I didn't think it was allowed that you can just find a dog on the streets of Peru, fall in love with it, and then just bring it over to America. I thought, didn't Johnny Depp or somebody get in trouble for trying to bring an animal into the country without the proper permission? Like,
well, that was the other way around. He already had the dog and was trying to smuggle it into Australia. I was in Peru for a mountain climbing expedition, and I found Wendy here on the streets. And fortunately, the mountain climbing expedition was like a TV show, and the production jumped through all the hoops for me. So I really didn't have to do anything. And I was able to bring Wendy home. And the video I made about finding her, it garnered over 100 million views on Facebook, making it the most viewed video I've ever put on the internet. And it's kind of devastating for an attention whore like me. You know, I've like, with the lengths that I've gone to, you know? But there it is, man. So Wendy and I, we are on a rock tour as we speak, barreling towards Syracuse for a show tonight. And we've got shows every single night in the Northeast U.S., for the next 12 days, Albany tomorrow night.
This video is adorable. Is Wendy's a service animal?
She is. You bet she is. Yeah, because I have terrible issues.
You should take more dogs, though. I mean, it seems to be working for you.
I have terrible issues is a great sentence that would explain the last 25 years of your life. You've done great sort of capitalizing on, let me take a tour bus through my terrible issues.
Right. That's about right, man. I have terrible issues.
and she brings you genuine comfort she's not a professional service dog license, and you've got the proper paperwork. Steve-O is now a paperwork man with a legitimate service dog that he needs for comfort.
You know what? I'm going to break your guy's heart right here. There's no such thing as official certification for a service animal. Huh. And because and I did the deepest dive, man. I found the best dog trainer on the planet, and they were the ones who told me, yeah, there's no such thing as official certification. You know, we can sure train her, but that's never. I got a note from my doctor. I got some little weird thing online that means nothing, which says certified service animal, but yeah, there's no such thing. You can ask a blind person with a seeing eye dog, and they'll tell you that there's no such thing.
More to the point.
So we make fun of. Yeah, we travel around and we make fun of service dog vests.
I just figure that you find genuine comfort here, and people might be surprised to learn that one of a man who has been so fearless in his life would admit to needing the love of a dog to temper his issues. That's real adult, grown-up introspection one of the Jackass guys is doing.
All right. I mean, hey, I'm happy to admit that, for sure. And the federal law requires that a service animal be trained to assist somebody with a disability, although the law does not require the person to explain what the disability is. Now, when you ask me what Wendy's trained to do, she is a mobility assist dog. And what that means is she gets me where I'm going, because I'm not going anywhere without her.
Nice. That's why you got 100 million views. That's because people love dogs and love the story of you just found a dog in Peru and fell in love.
Well, Steve-O, are you certain there's no one in Peru looking for their dog named Wendy? I mean,
I am. I'm very certain.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, Steve.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Stugotz. So you are now touring the country. Tell me about what this portion of your life looks like. Could you have imagined 15 years ago that you'd be on a tour bus, not having to break your spleen doing something?
Well, it's bittersweet. I am on a gorgeous tour bus, and the tour I'm on is called the Bucket List Tour, and what that is sort of spleen breaking stuff. However, I shot it all for the tour ahead of time. It was stuff that I would never be allowed to do for Jackass, like having general anesthesia drugs administered through an IV while I was riding a bicycle, and I got another medical professional I got another medical professional to put a 4-inch needle into my spine and inject a drug into my spinal cavity to paralyze me from the waist down while I was in a full sprint. I had another one where I had another one where I was butt naked in an airplane and quite literally servicing myself with a guy strapped to my back. And as I fell out of the airplane, I was ejaculating, which I'm pretty proud of.
Oh, geez.
So it's a XXX rated show loaded with flagrantly illegal stuff, and I'm just tickled by it. And it's a multimedia show too. So after each bit, I screen the glorious culmination of the bit.
How hard was it to keep your mind on the task at hand?
Oh, dude, that was the most challenging thing ever, man. It was the tiniest little airplane packed full of dudes, and all I had was a little portable DVD player. It was tough.
I mean, we've never had anyone ask a creepier question in a creepier
the
tone.
way he asked
I don't understand.
Never needed a follow-up.
The way that you sensually asked him and started a sentence with "How hard was it?"
I thought he was going to stop right there. How hard was it?
No, that's it. Yeah, how hard was it? Would have been for you to pull the parachute on that question. But you're like, and then you went finish the task in a way that I think you were going for sultry there.
Task at hand. It was close.
Task at hand.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty heavy. There are 10 different items on the list, so it's quite a loaded show. And so
are you guys doing this
to,
at
man.
hand loaded thing? Are you guys doing the word choices on purpose?
What was below you?
15,000 feet of air to the ground.
I guess my question is because that skeet had to land somewhere.
Oh, come on, man. Jesus.
That portable DVD must have come, but it came in handy. I mean,
come on. You've got him doing it with porn? You've got him.
He did. That's what he had the DVD for.
You've got him flying down with porn.
What'd you watch?
I watched, man, it was some pretty heavy anal
I'm sorry.
stuff.
No. Let's just keep it moving here. Steve-O.
Good question.
Billy, before we get to the celebrity picks, can you help me here? Because we didn't have a losing week last week, though. So while I'm happy to have Steve-O here.
Why is he here?
What happened? Yeah.
John O'Hurley's busy, apparently.
Okay, but John O'Hurley didn't have a losing week, did he?
Yeah, but I can't force him against his will to come on the show.
No, I understand, but I just need to tell the audience, hey, John O'Hurley didn't lose. We're just replacing him with another celebrity this week, and we're grateful to have you, Steve-O. You realize if you win, you've got to come back, right? That's the way that one works. You got to commit.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I love it, man. When I'm on your show, I hear about it from all kinds of people. It's evident to me that you guys are a bona fide smash hit, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So thank you.
Well, we are thankful that you are here, and we again apologize for the sultry Amin asking aggressive follow-up questions.
Great question, that last one.
Did it freeze midair?
Oh my
Now, see, that's a better question.
It's a pressurized cabin.
Let me
No, but
Let me tell you one other thing about that. I had a slow motion camera mounted on the outside of the plane, and the load flew right into it.
Oh God! All right, excellent, excellent. And so there it is.
Journalism.
Excellent. Well, yeah, and I just claimed he's an adult and he's learned and he's grown up. I know. And
Just because he has a dog?
I know. And before we started here, the last time you were on with us, well, but I mean, he was introspective about things that sounded like therapy while we were talking beforehand, and just the admission in general that you're soothed by a dog is vulnerable in a way that I was not expecting from him.
A dog he stole from someone in Peru. I mean,
there is somebody in Peru, just with a totally different name for Wendy, who's now a star. Like there's some heartbroken family in Peru trying to explain to their 4-year-old while Steve-O gets to tour the country with that family's dog. Let's pick some games here with Steve-O. Let's do this here.
And now it is time for Celebrity Prognosticator. Let's win some money.
Giants at Dolphins. Dolphins -3. Who you got?
what a shitty game.
I'm going with the Dolphins on this.
Chargers at Bengals.
And my reasoning for that is that it's not the playoffs yet.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're ripping the Dolphins. Like if they make it around the playoffs, toward the playoffs, or play a game of consequence, you will not trust the Dolphins.
Exactly.
Good.
Chargers at Bengals. Bengals -3.
You know what? I'm an LA boy, man, and this is the Fresh Princess of Hollywood on my lap, so I'm going with the Chargers.
That is a dog from a broken-hearted family in Peru's back that's on your lap. Some 4-year-old girl is weeping again because they've told her, no, Daddy took Angelita to a different farm somewhere. Ravens at Steelers. Steelers +3. Who you got?
I'm never going to root for the Steelers. It's all about the Ravens, even though that's kind of a tough one. But yeah, let's go Ravens.
49ers at Seahawks. Seahawks +2.5. Who you got?
Ooh. I'm going Seahawks.
All the lines, by the way, courtesy of our soulmates at DraftKings. Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs -9.
My man Preston Lacey is all about the Chiefs, so let's go Chiefs.
All
right, sir. And we are hoping that we get you back next week. Any chance, right before we started, and I don't want to put you in a bad spot, so if you can't answer, you can't answer, but I had mentioned, man, it's going to be hard to top the story you told last time about, cocaine in a bathroom with Mike Tyson. And you're like, I got more stories. You don't have more stories like that, do you?
Well, I was going to tell you about just some plans that I have because, you had suggested that I had grown up and that I wasn't, wild anymore. And I was going to tell you that on my next tour, I expect to be touring around with a set of tits.
Wait, are you getting breast implants? Is that what you're saying?
That's one of my plans for my next my next tour. It's the theme of that tour is just plain going too far.
Okay.
And not only am I going to get tits,
How will
but I'm
you
going to
ever?
end up trying to. Am I losing you guys?
No, we hear you. We hear you. It's just,
Yeah.
we've got an agent of chaos here. That's
You
all.
were at tits.
I've been gone.
Yeah. And then my loose plan is to fire a bullet through them when I'm done with them.
Sideways?
So I don't know.
When they're out.
Yeah, sideways for sure.
When they're off, though.
Oh, so just a flesh wound like Rambo.
Right, but I just love the idea of that, like super slow motion, the phantom camera, watching a bullet rip through 2 huge hairy tits on a dude.
What's the matter with you?
I mean,
What is the matter with you? It's such a
Lot of
good
growth
question.
here.
It's such a good question. Like I mean, it's gonna go on your tombstone one day. Like what is the
day
matter?
after the stunt.
I mean, what is the matter with you? How long are you gonna have breast implants for?
well, I mean, I'm gonna imagine that entire tour, I'm gonna have to have the tits for the whole tour, as well as the dick tattooed on my forehead. I can't laser that off until that tour is over.
What?
And man, do I have just a bunch of awful ideas for that one. I'm excited to know that I have, after this bucket list tour, I've got another banger in me. And then I might have to call it quits.
Now, when you say banger,
Yeah.
Oh, for the love
I
of
just
God.
want to clarify.
For the love of God, are you? Do you have much that you would say this is the thing that I regret having chosen the most? Like there have to be any number of things that you regret, but I don't know exactly.
No, my regret genuinely is that I didn't do more, because I can think of a number of times when if I had just dug a little deeper, then I would have got more screen time. If I could have just done more, man, that's my regret.
When? What are you talking about? Like you had something planned that you couldn't bring yourself to?
Yeah, there was a time in India when they set up this epic set with like a balance beam over hot coals. And my job was to try to ride a unicycle across the balance beam, and I was unable to commit to it. And that breaks my heart to this day. There was another time where they had quite literally a mountain of poo, and I was up on top of Poo Mountain with skis. And if I just would have committed such that I was just end over end like those epic ski videos, then I would have had skiing Poo Mountain.
Oh my God!
And I wimped out on that one too. So it's not every time that I'm that wild and crazy. There's been a few times that I was and that's my regret.
What do you feel like you have done that at the video you were like, that idea absolutely on video was even better executed than the idea? Because what you're saying from a funny standpoint of injecting yourself with something that makes you go suffer paralysis mid-sprint, it sounds like that's going to have a huge payoff. It's going to be funny to watch. Do you have one?
Oh, it's epic.
What do you point to one above all others where you're like, this one was even better than I imagined, and I was pretty proud of myself when I imagined it?
Well, there was one which I called Fire Angels, where my buddies and I we sprinkled rocket engine fuel all over my living room carpet, and I laid in it and like made snow angels. I said, yeah, fire angels. And while I was laying in the rocket engine fuel, they lit it. And that one was so fantastic on camera that it required skin graft surgery on 15% of my body. Woof. And that was for the closer of my last stand-up comedy special.
where do you find rocket fuel? Like if you want to buy a gallon.
Well, you go to maybe a model rocket, the model rocket store. I guess it's like a little cylindrical rocket engine that goes in the model rocket. And it's not a liquid, it's more of a powder. And I had a whole team of people opening up these little rocket engines and hollowing them out. It was pretty heavy.
Can I please just point out to Steve-O and the audience just how bad a question is after the particular set of details that he just gave you of 15% of my body had to be skin grafted because of the stupidity of this event? You're like, where do I get rocket fuel?
I was wondering the same thing.
You can wonder about the rocket fuel. It just seems like the wrong time to ask. The guy is telling you about something truly amazing and horrific and spectacularly dumb that he doesn't regret. How do you not regret 15% of your body skin grafted, Steve-O? Like, I imagine that you're doing horrible things for to yourself in the name of attention grabbing.
Yeah, big time, man. And it was a multimedia comedy special that I did that for. The first multimedia comedy special ever. And dude, I had the flesh of 7 different dead people grafted onto 15% of my body. I couldn't be more proud of that. And but I remember too, in the hospital after the surgery, they gave me the physical home addresses of the loved ones of the dead people, so that I could send thank you letters. This is something that just goes on in the donation community. Like, so they said if you want to send letters of gratitude to the families of the dead people whose skin is now on your body, here are the addresses. And my first thought was, oh man, like, I'm going to reach out to these families. I'm so grateful. Maybe one of these families has a big Steve-O fan, like I'm going to hook that person up. And I told my dad that plan. My dad says, what family do you think is going to be happy to learn that their loved one's skin was wasted on a fucking asshole who fucking lit himself with rocket engine fuel on purpose? And I was like, man, Dad, you make a good point. Fuck those people.
I mean,
But where'd you get the rocket engine fuel? I mean,
What better way to celebrate their kind donation to you than by shooting it off of your body after turning it into a set of breasts?
yes, a set of breasts for your next tour.
Well, dude, I mean, is it not fascinating to some extent? Like, should I get breast implants? And I don't identify as trans or anything like that. I just want to have the experience of getting fake tits. And then I want to learn, and is it cool for me to walk around with my shirt off? Right? Like,
how long are you doing this? How long are you? This seems like I read a magazine piece about somebody who lost a bet and did this for.
I read that too.
For a year.
I read that too, but that guy was a loser.
Okay, very good.
And he didn't have the guts to follow through and
We
shoot him
hope
off.
you're a winner. We hope Steve-O is back next week. That guy was.
Please win.
That guy was a loser. Perhaps you should take the addresses of those families with the dead skin and mail it in a cruel gesture to the family that you stole that dog from, just to make it even more poisonous than it already is. What you've done to this Peruvian family's dog.
One last question.
Oh, man.
Did you save up before the plane, or like a couple of days?
Oh, yeah,
Come on,
great
get out of
question.
here. Come
Dude,
on.
great question. I specifically, strictly did not ejaculate for 4 entire days prior to skyjacking.
that had to be the hardest part.
A personal record. A personal record.
Yeah. And that morning of the stunt, for breakfast, I ate 4 Cialis tablets.
Thank you, Steve-O, for taking us inside the stunt. I love that you're pointing at your head. Yes, that
So
was
proud of
smart.
himself,
It was
yeah.
smart. You thought of everything. You really did. Thank you.
Portable DVD.
Thank you. Yes, you brought a camera down with you.
I did. I had my Jackass buddy Preston Lacey for the duties of fluffer.
Excellent. Thank you. Good talking to you.
Go 5-0, man.
Good. Thank you for being on with us, Steve-O. We appreciate it.
Hey, man, thank you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, sir. I hope you come back next week.
Yeah, likewise, man. I really appreciate you guys reaching out, man. Thanks.
Steve-O would be the name of that stunt, right? The way you got the O, you got the watch Steve-O.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. It's dude. I forgot to even tell you that we have full-grown men fully pass out cold in our audience at virtually every city we go to. That happens during the vasectomy Olympics.
Jesus. I want you back on here when you have tits,
talk to you about
Steve-O.
it next week.
We'll talk to you about it next week.
I did. Dude, are we not dying of curiosity to know if I can flash my tits on your show?
Personally, no, but I am curious to just see one explode in 4K slow motion. I can't lie. It's a morbid
There we go,
curiosity,
dude.
but
There we go. More
Since
to
it's you,
talk about, and God, I was worried that I would be viewed as a one-trick pony after my Mike Tyson
Oh
story.
no, we've
I
got.
feel like
We could
I
do this
feel
for weeks
confident.
now.
Yeah, I'm confident I can dig myself out of that hole again and again.
all right. Thank you so much.
All right, dude. Yeah, thank you guys. Take
Thanks,
care.
Steve. All right.